The Nigerian government has accused him of financing terrorism within Nigeria. However, according to the critic, these allegations lack substantiation. The Biafran Defense Forces reportedly overpowered Nigerian army and Ebubeagu operatives in Mogu forest. A critic criticizes the Nigerian government for treating captured terrorists leniently while allegedly targeting Biafran fighters with excessive force. Nigerian security forces conducted a raid in Abia State, capturing some terrorists, but doubts remain about whether they will face justice. The critic questioned why there are multiple factions within the Biafran movement instead of a united front. He accused the Nigeria government of falsely claiming that the Biafran Prime Minister Simon Ekpa is financing terrorism without presenting evidence. He blames the Nigerian government for increased kidnappings, linking it to the alleged illegal detention of Biafran leaders. He also accuses Southeast governors of being silent about military actions in Biafra land, unlike when Simon Ekpa was active. Nigerian media is labeled as biased, accused of ignoring violence against Biafrans while amplifying anti-Biafran narratives. He claims that Biafra has been redeclared as an independent state and warns against opposition to the movement. He hints at significant developments in 2 months, vowing to continue resisting the Nigerian government. In recent days, a significant confrontation has unfolded in the Mogu forest, where the Biafran Defense Forces clashed with both the operatives of Ebubeagu security and the Nigerian army. Reports indicate that during this encounter, the Biafran Defense Forces managed to overpower the Nigerian army units and the security operatives sent by Ebubeagu security. This development has stirred heated debates and criticisms about the conduct of security operations in the region and has added yet another layer of complexity to the long-standing conflicts in Nigeria. The news report explains that while the Nigerian security forces were engaged in a raid in Abia State, they successfully captured a number of terrorists. However, there is growing skepticism among observers about whether these individuals will truly be brought to justice. Many critics argue that the Nigerian government is applying a double standard in its security operations. On one side, captured terrorists seem to receive lenient treatment, whereas on the other, Biafran fighters are being targeted with an excessive use of force. This perceived imbalance has prompted a notable critic to question the government's motives and methods. This critic has been particularly vocal about several issues. One major point of contention is the existence of multiple factions within the Biafran movement. Instead of a united front, these divisions are seen as undermining the overall strength of the movement and playing into the hands of the Nigerian government. The critic contends that such internal fragmentation weakens the movement's capacity to demand its rights and secure justice, while simultaneously providing the government with an excuse to continue its heavy-handed tactics. This line of criticism is compounded by allegations that the Nigerian government has been quick to label individuals as terrorists without sufficient evidence. A central figure in this controversy is the Biafran Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, whose name has been frequently mentioned in government statements. The Nigerian government has accused him of financing terrorism within Nigeria. However, according to the critic, these allegations lack substantiation. Simon Ekpa is said not to have any bank accounts, assets or business interests in Nigeria, and there has been no concrete evidence to support the claims of terrorism financing. Instead of presenting hard proof, the government is accused of using these claims as a pretext to discredit and weaken the Biafran movement. The critic points out that if there had been any real evidence against Simon Ekpa, it would have been shared with the relevant authorities by now. Rather than undergoing proper judicial scrutiny, he argues that the accusations seem designed to delegitimize a prominent leader of the Biafran cause. The narrative grows even more intense when considering the broader context of security operations in the region. The Nigerian government has been accused of adopting policies that contribute to an increase in kidnappings. According to the critic, there is a clear link between these kidnappings and the alleged illegal detention of Biafran leaders. In his view, the government's tactics are not merely about apprehending terrorists, but are also aimed at destabilizing the Biafran independence movement. Such actions, he claims, have far-reaching implications for public safety and the rule of law in the area. The critic's argument is that if such practices continue unchecked, they could lead to a complete breakdown of trust in the state's ability to administer justice fairly. Adding to the controversy is the perceived silence of the Southeast governors, who are expected to stand up for the rights of the Biafran people. When the Biafran Prime Minister Ekpa was active and vocal, there was a noticeable clamor for justice and accountability. However, in the current climate, these same political leaders have remained largely silent in the face of military operations that have directly affected Biafran lands. This silence is seen as a tacit endorsement of the Nigerian government's actions and has further fueled suspicions that there may be political motivations at play beyond mere law enforcement. A detailed transcript from a YouTube broadcast adds another dimension to the unfolding drama. In this video, a speaker adopts a direct and personal tone to describe the recent events and to voice his criticism of the Nigerian government. He begins by recounting how the Nigerian security forces, including the Nigerian Army, the police, and the personnel from the Department of State Security, jointly combed through bush areas near important routes such as the Airport Road and the Theala area close to Stane Cross. According to the speaker, these joint efforts have only reinforced the resolve of those within the Biafran community who believe that the government's actions are unjust and politically motivated. The speaker in the broadcast is particularly emphatic when discussing the capture of a notorious terrorist who had been operating in a Abia state. He criticizes the manner in which this terrorist was apprehended, noting that despite being captured, the individual was treated with an unusual degree of leniency. The speaker draws a personal comparison, suggesting that if similar treatment were meted out to members of his own community, the reaction would be one of outrage and protest. He paints a picture of a security apparatus that is inconsistent in its approach, selectively targeting the Biafran fighters while appearing to downplay the actions of known criminals. Moreover, the speaker casts doubt on the internal unity of the Biafran struggle. He questions why, instead of working together under a single cohesive banner, there seem to be too many competing factions within the movement. This internal division, he asserts, only serves to weaken the overall cause and makes it easier for the Nigerian government to justify its aggressive tactics. In a particularly forceful part of his message, the speaker warns that the current trajectory of government actions, especially the illegal detention of Biafran leaders, could eventually lead to an explosion of violence that may ultimately bring about the downfall of the Nigerian state.
Musa, Namokutabo, 13th March, and the Nigerian zoo government. Here, Bombo, here, which are now more than have a banya here. How about a watch out, Chineke, Maggie here, Quincy? You just had a little here, Quincy. You little Haburubia, Suko Kabiama. Allora, your Hapologan Bogum, Madalalo, Amahano, Gomonalo. Oh, Gomolalo, Rogu, your father, Makaji, the home for Jidrehogu. Ojinamata will like a for for which to want to wear here. Oh, here, we bought Shana more tanker. Nigerian zoo government will wear Biakutani today. Bim March 13th, 2025. Osum. Hadokwa hebuli here for la hadokwa here Quincy Ama, hadokwa here Quincy Ama. Chuko Kabiama Nandiano Nandiana, and the Bruce on Biafra. And I'm making here Quincy, more la Biafra, let me here Quincy, let me here for the Carbon Kaifro Tampine, the Triple G, Musa.
Guys, you can see that the Musa boys are still fighting the Biafra Liberation Army, but as God may have it, the Biafra Liberation Army are on the winning side, because upon all the rhetorics that the Musa boys and the Kubo boys are coming to fight the Biafra Liberation boys with, yet they cannot prevail. Yet they could not prevail. So Chukwuke Abiyama is doing great thing in Biafran land, giving power to the true and the genuine Biafran Liberation Armies, as they are neutralizing the Musa boys, the Ebubeagu guys, and others that are disguising themselves and doing what is not supposed to do in Biafran land. So guys, watching this video, you can see how the Fulani terrorists who has been terrorizing Abia State has been captured by the Joint Task Force of Nigeria. They were captured because the area that they do cooperate, the Joint Task Force combed that area and they fished them out. But the question here is, what will they do? At the end of the day, they will still release them. Looking at the other guy who still wear face cap, you can find out that they are being given a kind of a preferential treatment. They are not even being treated as terrorists who carry gun to kidnap people and do a lot of things. Because to our own understanding, if this happens to be Biafrans, like say Igbo people, by now you would have seen some dead bodies here. You would have seen some of them with gunshots. But looking at these guys, no gunshot, nothing. They are just looking fresh. I know at the end of the day, their cabals in Abuja will still release them and they will go scot-free. Well, God is watching.
I've equally that more than man on a libo they survive on a libo. Hana men who have seen the survivors were, but not in a libo. Okay, so look at them. So joint effort of my army, my police, my under DSSS. So the jointly combed the bush, all the bushes around that airport road and the Ngopala area, that airport.
Stephen Cross has once again reaffirmed that Ekpa is going to join us very soon. That people should relax and calm down, even though that the struggle is not going to be easy, but people have to calm down and follow things orderly by following Ngozi Arabeze, because he keeps saying that Ngozi Arabeze is the rightful person to follow. But the question again from our own studio is, why are there too many factions in Biafra struggle? Why are they fighting themselves? Why are they struggling against themselves instead of coming in one umbrella to achieve the common goal? But they are busy fighting themselves, fighting for money, and fighting for anything that I cannot even comprehend.
There are some countries in EU that also supported Nigeria by writing those letters and submitted it to their parliament. Now, inviting our prime minister for questioning, and Nigerian terrorist government said that our prime minister is a terrorist, is financing terrorists in Nigeria and all whatnot. So these allegations were weighty allegations over our prime minister. Now what happened was that the removal of our prime minister is to investigate whatever Nigerian government has brought to the Finnish authority. So up to today, the Nigerian terrorist government has not brought one evidence against our prime minister. And the reason why I'm repeating this is because of this our daddy. He's always on my platform asking me questions every single day about our prime minister. So now all these weighty allegations that they brought, they have not been able to prove one or to present any evidence to back up their claim. And up to today, our prime minister has not been found guilty. Now the case of our prime minister, in order for him not to tamper with any evidence, that's why they restricted him completely, so that both the people that are calling for our prime minister's arrest and our prime minister detention, our prime minister removal, so that all of them would not have any reason to call the Finnish authority again. So as we speak today, our prime minister is doing wonderfully well. The Finnish authority has given the Nigerian terrorist government dates and time to present evidence. Daddy, that is why you see the Nigerian government quickly brought out some names, brought out Simon Ekpa's name and 17 other people that doesn't have anything to do with terrorist financing. They said our prime minister is financing terrorism in Nigeria and all whatnot. Number one, Daddy, our prime minister does not have bank accounts in Nigeria. Our prime minister does not have any assets in Nigeria. Our prime minister has no business doing any transaction in Nigeria. So because the Nigerian terrorist government does not have any evidence to present to the Finnish authority and to the other part of European Union and ICC, where they have been sued for months now and they have not been able to attend there, what they are doing now is to shop for evidence, you know, anything that they can lay their hand on to bring down our prime minister. Today they have not gotten any. So, and I keep telling the Nigerian terrorist government, I hope that message has gotten to you and you understand what I have said. If you don't understand, please still comment under my comment section and I will explain more to you, because you are an elderly man. I know what you want for yourself. So I keep telling the Nigerian terrorist government, you see the kidnap of our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will dissolve Nigeria totally. It will destroy Nigeria. You are trying to find a way, you know, to label us a terrorist, to bring down Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You have kidnapped what you cannot deal with, and that is why your kidnap has given birth to kidnapping in the whole of the southeast and in the whole of Nigeria. No, everybody is being kidnapped today because you are the father of kidnap. You kidnapped our leader, and Tinubu should know that we will fight Nigeria with everything we've got. You see this kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the continued illegal detention of this our leader will destroy Nigeria completely. I'm telling you the truth. It's not a joke. You know, so many people come here to ask us questions, to ask me questions, which I will never answer you, because you have an illegitimate governor. Harmful skilling. Oh, that people are dying in Enugu. People are, listen, tell your governors, our country is just 3 months old, okay? Our country is just 3 months old. Go and tell your illegitimate governor that, you know, you were shouting when Simon Ekpa was defending you, that, oh, Simon Ekpa is the problem of the southeast. Simon Ekpa is the problem of Nigeria. Now, Daddy, I might even say that it is good what is happening now, so that our people will appreciate their own. You know, they say a priest is not always appreciated in his father's house. So now it is good what is happening, so that you will test a little bit of what our supreme leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been shielding us from. You will test that thing that Mazi Simon Ekpa has been shielding us from. Now you can see nobody is defending the Igbos now. This terrorist government has brought their terrorist soldiers, terrorist police, terrorist Fulanis to come and, you know, analyze our people left and right. And none of the governors is talking about it. None of the governors has given press a brief about it. But when Mazi Simon Ekpa was defending you people were quick to shout, oh, Ekpa is destroying the Southeast. They will destroy you. They will label it on IPOB. They will send killers to come and kill people. They will label it on IPOB. Today, what is happening? What is happening? Where are all these animals that were shouting Simon Ekpa, Simon Ekpa? Where are they? Muadibugo, where are you? Ejiofor, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, where are you? Animals everywhere, terrorists everywhere. Today you are shouting, oh, Ɓàse, please come, our people are dying. What do you want her to do? So that you people will not set her up again. For those of you who have not been following Madam Ɓàse, our Deputy Prime Minister, Her Excellency, please do so. That is the only government we have in this USB. Biafra has been redeclared and Biafra has come to stay. No one of you can bring us down again. If you think we are stupid, you think Biafrans that we have today are people that are not smart. If you crosses our path, believe you me, we are going to crush you. Anybody that becomes an impediment to the restoration and to the full restoration of this struggle will completely be destroyed. We don't care who you are. It is not when you know, our people rises up to defend their people. That is where you call us a terrorist, and we have welcomed it. You see, that terrorist you called us, don't worry, we will carry it out on you. You know, we gave you 60 days. The days are counting down. The last day you will see how twisted we can be. Biafrans, our Prime Minister is coming. Very, very soon, I mean. And the Nigerians know that. The terrorist Nigerian government knows that. That is why you see them scouting for, evidences, scouting for, whatever they can use to send to Finland. Because up to today, they have not sent one document that contains any reasonable offense to the Finnish authority. And that is what we're going to use against them. Nigerian government is going down every day. And we will bring Tinubu's administration down. Tinubu was sitting with Gumi the other day. None of you said anything about it. If he was an Igbo man, the whole media will carry it. And media are the biggest terrorists we have in Nigeria. Medias in Nigeria are all terrorists. All this killing in Enugu, Anambra, Imo, none of you is carrying it because we are Igbos. We know. So that's why we need our country to be fully recognized by every world, by the whole world. Thank you, Biafrans. May God bless you all. Daddy, please, if you have not been following Madam Mogu or Ɓàse, please go and do so. She will be the one that you can come and ask questions. She will put you right. Thank you. But in 2 months from now, something different will start. 2 months from now, something different will start. Thank you, Biafrans, for giving me this opportunity to talk to you once again. God bless you all.
Can you even imagine Omazi Homo? Just look at these young guys here practicing Homo. Imagine our generation, where are we even going? All these guys here are very young. I don't think any of them is up to 30 years here, and they are already practicing this Homo. May God save us.
Hey, you are a woman, I don't see her.
I want them with it.
What I can eat, what I can eat.
Yeah, I want them with it.
They come back. I am the man of life now.
Oh, yeah,
man of life. Come on, I get up again. Ebubeagu, oh yeah, be. Imo State. Can we use the guitar? Abudu, me na la woki begi. Omo guy name. You know megini. Abudu, me na la woki begi. Where can we? You know megini. Oh, dem ma. You know ba kwa o. Yeah, be o kwa wine na kwa ba do kago. Yenwa wonu me. Get up again. What man? Ebubeagu from where? Enugu.
Commander na Mogu.
Ebubeagu from Enugu. We part from Enugu. Nkanu. Kebe jide guitar. Ine mo. Obodo mo ina ala woki bege. O de mma. Ndi na ga ge wunya yi.
Keke.
Ebe be nya ala ta ala ko no me. General Commander. Neba.
Hey, remove your car.
Ndị na ifu ebe a ndị na-ala nwoke ibe ha. Ndị a niile na-ala nwoke ibe ha. Onye a ma nwaanyị ma nwoke ha na-ala. Onye a na-ala ọnya, 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 ọla biputu. Ndị ahụ na kasala.
This is the end of our news update. Please click the icon on the top right corner of your screen to watch my next video. You will enjoy it. I will see you again in my next update. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye for now.